Alright, cunts, welcome back to artwod beginner roadmap, practicing fundamentals. Grind node. Let's draw 20 single-rounded boxes from imagination. Obviously, I'll be doing something more advanced, which is drawing something very complex that has a lot of single-rounded elements, right? And then trying to rotate it from memory without looking at it, as per my sticky note meta, or my sticky note strat. But yeah, you want to obviously do whatever is within your learning ability, but obviously challenges you, right? You want to be between ooh wee I'm coming and ooh wee I'm leaking, right? That's the fine line you want to be in when it comes to your comfort zone, which is not, you don't want to be in your comfort zone. But anyways, I've decided to make things even more difficult for myself. Is yes, I will draw a complicated single rounded shape, but at the same time I will only draw it once from memory, and the goal is to get it down like that's the one and done, right? Because I was listening to the Human podcast. I like listening to this stuff just over and over again because it helps me keep grounded in the things I need to do, right? And one of the main things he talks about is like, this is the, what's it called, using errors using errors using errors for learning in momentum, right? So he specifically mentions how it's important to also basically the perfect cocktail of plasticity is to make a lot of mistakes and tell yourself the mistakes are good, and then on top of that to lean into that frustration while you're making the mistakes, and then on top of that to create even more plasticity, to create a sense of importance, urgency, or something along those lines. So my sense of urgency or importance is I only get one shot, right? And there's about a 7 to 30 minute period within a 90-minute bout, which essentially allows us to really tap into plasticity, where we need to make all these errors. It's beautiful. I just made a huge error right now with this diagonal, but that's the thing. I'm still in the process of trying to train myself to make like a lot of errors. And like just like the big thing, what the fuck am I trying to say is like the other thing I'm focusing on is to start off in a difficult perspective, right? So start off with the diagonal, so that'll force me to think about the box that I encompassed it in. And again, it's always a fucking always extremely difficult, right? Same with proportion. I'm not looking at this, but I'm trying to keep in mind exactly the ratio and the circumference, and especially the girth, for how I achieved that sort of leverage. What am I saying? It doesn't matter. It doesn't need to make sense. Just do it. Just hashtag do the work, right? That's always, I start off with these fucking okay. So I'm getting a lot better actually with these consistent lines, right, that are rounding, which I'm pretty happy about. Interesting. Okay. Does that? Yeah, that's an edge, I believe. So I think that works. And then I would have liked this shape to be a bit more complicated, but we can make it more complicated right now. There we go. That helps me keep the box in mind as well. But you see, I'm trying to create more hard surface like shapes, and the main thing is to always try to up the difficulty, right? Because if I'm not consistently challenging myself, whether it be the speed of which I have to analyze, the amount of times I get to draw it from memory, right? The type of manipulations that are occurring, the complexity of the connections of the manipulations that are occurring. Oh god, that burns my throat. But if I'm not constantly challenging myself in at least 2 to 3 regards, right? My line quality in of itself being subpar, then there's no reason for my brain to grow, right? So again, I've completely internalized and accepted also it's diverging, and this is an incorrect rounding, which is amazing, right? I did that wrong, but I have already, but I'm genuinely internalizing that, yeah, this this content is so fucking valuable for people who actually want to learn, right? And who knows, maybe it'll reach its audience, maybe it won't, but I know that the people who watch and listen derive a lot of value from this, right? Plus my commentary is amazing. Who wouldn't fucking be valuing all over the floor because of the things I do and say? But like I said, I give myself 10 seconds to analyze this, because that's the urgency we have to create, right? We create that, okay, I don't get much time to actually look at this, and I don't get many attempts to draw it from my memory, right? So I have to analyze the shapes being used, the size of the shapes being used, the proportion, the curves that are occurring, right? The planes and which way they're facing, and the complexity of the thing itself. This is actually pretty simple compared to what I did there, so I need to make it more difficult next time. Okay. But the thing is, like, I say it's actually pretty simple, but it's never really simple in general, right? It's just, fuck, I do want a bit more space to fucking draw. I don't know, that didn't even make a fucking difference. I don't even know why I bothered. But this is a shit sticky note. What the fuck? Why are you, what? That was a fucking horrible sticky note. Jesus Christ. Why are these all so bent? Oh my god, what is this garbage? Why are they all like this? Okay. There, I think I kind of fixed it. There. Jesus Christ, that was fucking retarded. Okay, so obviously I'm not looking at it. And now I have to draw it from memory, which is nice. So what did I do? I didn't get much time to analyze it, like I told myself. No, it wasn't that. It was... Ah, I know. Okay. So I had something like this. But again, we'll start off with the diagonal. We'll start off with the difficult angle, right? So we'll start off with this. We have to remember, I have to keep proportions in mind as well. And then that. And I have to keep the perspective in mind at all times. Right? That's the fun part. And I'm not even being sarcastic. That's literally the fun part, right? As well as the relation of the proportions next to each other. So okay, and then it comes down here, and then we have another one, right? Okay, then it comes down. Yeah, there you go. And then we have something like... Let's see, so I fucked that diagonal up. And I shouldn't have drawn that line yet. But this is how we learn. There you go, something like that. See, but my lines are suffering. My lines are suffering greatly, right? And that's misaligned. So again, it's this fine balance of doing it, trying not to rush it, but still trying to create something. And then what? There was a cutout here that occurred, right? There was a cutout here that occurred, but was it this direction? Is a real question. Was it this direction? Oh, and I also I remember last quote-unquote episode, or last time I drew, I told myself I should do it from the bottom, so that's something to keep in mind as well. But was it like this? Was it like that? Let's try to think. What did I draw? That was the shape. And then, yeah, I think it was like that. It might have been something like... I think that was the shape. Okay. Jesus Christ. What the fuck? That's jizz cancer in my throat. But this could be wrong, but again, I tried to do it in a specific speed as well. Oh, okay, so I forgot that. So that's great. This is correct. This angle I fucked up, right? This is the incorrect angle. This cutout is correct, but it's oriented incorrectly. Amazing. And it's too small. Yeah, like way too thin. Should have been much thicker. Okay, cool. I don't know. Fuck, man. Why did I get rid of the sticky note? That was a good sticky note. I just crumpled it up by accident. But that was amazing. You see, that was very difficult. And I really had to think quite hard, but not hard enough. We can keep going. We can keep challenging ourselves. So yeah, I'm gonna rest my brain. Please do so as well. I'm gonna we'll get back into it after the commercial break. Oh god, my fucking throat. Yeah, I realized that maybe these shorts are actually fucking me. These shorts that I've been doing right now, because it's I'm getting even less views on my main channel than ever. It's the fucking brain rot idiots who are coming in. Yeah, it's literally the brain rot fucking retard audience that's coming in expecting my shit to be hyper edited and like here's an exercise, and then they're like, oh wait, he's just taking his time and slowly learning. It's fucking my algorithm, but you know, it's only gonna be for the month, and if my channel never recovers, whatever, right? I'll just pay Google and advertise my channel. Apparently that makes it even worse. So we'll do that. Okay, but let's see. All right, we got to think about some quote unquote unique. Okay, so think about that. Think about this espresso. Fucking Jesus, I hate these jokes so much, but I can't stop. It's my nature. It's my nature. There you go. Okay. So the orientation is something like that. Okay. I think that's relatively correct. That's good. That's a huge error, which is good. Yeah, I'm just at a point now where I just love. I'd say about like 90, 80 to 90% of the time, I'm just in love with making a mark, right, on the world. So you know, just putting down pen to paper and really, 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 really thinking to the best of my ability. Honestly, it's still very difficult to think. Don't get me wrong. It's very difficult, consistently very difficult to think. Right. The level of intuition that I'm seeking is something that only happens after about 50 years of dedication. Right. So let's hold that point, and that's just an arbitrary number, obviously. Oh shit. Okay, so I did that. Well, that's actually gonna be very difficult to memorize because I changed it here. But that's actually good because that's gonna be challenging for me later on. Okay, and then we got do something like this, right? Something like that. There you go. Again, try to just make quote unquote unique, interesting, whatever complex shapes. Because at the end of the day, and you might notice that I'm not multiple rounding anymore, it's because I probably best to focus on one type of rounding at a time. I say probably because I'm still figuring out my own methods, right? And let's do this. There you go. Just a lot of cutouts to fuck my brain. There you go, something like that. Right. That is actually surprisingly aligned. Again, that was I wasn't looking at this as a reference point. I was just keeping in mind the reference as best as I could. That's a bit too curved. Again, this is like the part where you just have to make a lot of errors, right? So this is a fucky shape. This is an extremely fucky shape, right? Nothing really hard surface about it. I mean, I do have a hard surface that's pulsing right now, but in terms of the drawing. Nothing really hard surface about it. That's amazing. The fact that it's such a difficultly unnecessarily difficult shape is good. So, oh god, I got to burp. Everybody be warned. He has to. Is it coming? It's not coming. Oh, it is coming. I'm funny. I'm very funny. And soon I will just, make the YouTube algorithm itself submit to my humor. If you can only say "what's up, cunt" so many times until it just gives up on trying to censor me, right? It takes human effort to run a bot-like algorithm. Anyways, okay. So let us memorize this. Ooh, that is going to be very, very difficult. What the fuck is happening here? Okay, so that's like that. That is going to be a very difficult shape to memorize, which is really, really good. Okay, I'm obviously going to give myself more than 10 seconds to look at this. But, okay, let's really, really focus. Oof. To be honest, I just need to know one side, and then everything else will fall into place, right? I just need to know up till here. And after that, it's symmetry. Literally, apart from this, it's just symmetry. So I just need to memorize this section. Okay, you know what? I think I did the best I could. Fuck my crumpled up sticky note. And we're gonna try again. Look at this. Why is it like this? Why is it like that? Why is it so bent? But watch, magic trick. Just do that. And it's like, oh wow, it's straight. Straighter than I'll ever be, which is saying something because I fuck bitches. I laugh, but that's like a sad laugh, you know. That's like the drinking Mountain Dew and jacking off at 4 a.m. laugh. I fuck bitches. See, now that's a happy laugh because my own humor is just it makes me giggle. Oh god, not the fucking sticky note. I need you. I need you. Okay. All right. Now we memorize, or I guess we show off what we memorized. Wait. See, this is very difficult. But you know what? That's the best part. Okay, and then I know this exists for sure, right? Something like that. My music that I have made in my short is stuck in my head. The fucking intro. Ay caramba. Okay, there you go. And then we have, why is my voice so deep right now? Ooh, lole. Yep, I fucked that up. Oh, jeez, what the fuck is wrong with my throat, bro? I mean, I swear the bukkake didn't last that long, but still. I made sure to spit, not swallow. How could this be happening to me? Okay, and then we have a shape that is... Okay, this is the part where I have to recall, right? So I drew a diagonal thing, and then we made it come out through here. Right? Was that something like this? Something like that, right? And then I think if we wait, I gotta think about the perspective. Yeah, it was like something like that, right? This is good though. I'm really trying to think, which is for my capacity of brain. What the fuck? For my capacity of intellect, that's a lot. Okay, and then we have, you know, I gotta like relax my hand as well. See, something like this, right? And then it obviously goes down, up that curve. That what the fuck? I gotta make this a bit longer. There you go. Jesus, Christ is my savior, my Lord and Savior. Just trying to think about. Fuck off, sticky note. I'm trying to think about what I drew, bro. His perspective's a bit off, actually. He says as the perspective is very off. But it's okay, he doesn't judge, he just dislikes himself. Something like this, right? And then we can just do the same thing on the other side. Yeah, I made this perspective a bit off. And then, yeah, I don't know why I have so much fucking jizz in my throat, I apologize. But hey, if you can relate to me on that, we might get along. Okay, so I definitely made a lot of mistakes. Let's see, what the fuck? Okay, oh, wow, I completely forgot, so I got actually like 70% of it technically, right? The perspective is obviously very off, right? I really did mess up the perspective there. And it actually might be because this right here, because I was trying, I didn't know that I created flat ends for the bottom, right? But that would actually have made it a lot easier to keep the perspective in mind. But overall, it's okay, I would say. I got this down. It's too short because I forgot I did this cutout as well. Okay, so I forgot about that cutout. But that's the only thing I forgot. I got this, understood that, I understood this right here. Right. So I understood most of the assignment. Well, this diagonal is not long enough. Like, compared to this, it should have been much longer. Because I knew, I was like, this is too small. There's not enough space. It should have been, because this diagonal needs to be much longer. These fucking sticky notes are useless. I fucking hate dollar amount. I mean, I love them because it only costs what, like $1.49 for this entire thing. So I'll be complaining for months about how each one of the fucking 500 is shit. But until then, that was pretty decent. When you only get one shot to memorize something, honestly, you end up doing a decent amount better because you're like, yo, this is the only one I can do, right? Okay, cool. I'm gonna rest my brain again, right? This is good. I get to do a lot more in, I wouldn't say less time, but with a lot more effort, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, let me rest my brain. Ugh, I have such an ego. I don't know why I think this channel's gonna get huge. Maybe it's because everybody keeps reinforcing me. all the comments, yo, just keep going, bro, keep going. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I mean, at the very least, I'm meeting people, right? At the absolute very least, it's just a really cool experience. I can't say anything apart from that. It's just, at the very least, it's just a super cool experience to be able to catalog my journey, right? Because, Jesus Christ, that tasted like yesterday's tea. What the fuck? Ew, I say. But it's not ew, it's actually delicious. But I think the main part of why people seem to appreciate this channel, for those of you who actually listen or watch, is the fact that I'm certain there's those who think I won't be consistent, but I guarantee 10 years from now, I'm still going to be here doing the exact same thing, and that's depressing. No, like obviously I'll be getting better, right? The point is consistency is the great equalizer. What is it? Alex Hormozy, and you guys will notice that I'll listen to specific people, or people who I resonate with, right? Huberman, Ali Abdal, Hormozy. There are a few individuals who just say things in a way that resonate with me, especially when it comes to self improvement and just continuing to excel or focus on excellence. So right now, this is the Hormozy phase, right? Period of my life where I'll quote him because I like the things he says, and one of them is the fact that volume negates luck, right? So volume, i.e., how much work I do, and volume, i.e., how consistently I upload, and volume as in how much dick I suck, negates luck, right? When it comes to the opportunities in art and the opportunities in my harem. So it's the only way to proceed. What the fuck am I saying? My own shitty jokes take me out of my loop. This is why Huberman says focus is fucking is fickle. Focus is fickle. I'm just gonna practice some single rounding here before I move on. Don't mind me. It's never too. You can never practice too much. You can never practice too much. See? So we know that my lines can go continuous up to that point, and then it struggles. Right, that was a huge struggle. And then you just tell yourself that's a good thing, and you feel good, and you're very happy that you struggled. Because if you didn't struggle, you didn't grow. And if you didn't grow, you're just staying exactly where you are. And we only stay exactly where we are if we don't try to fail and learn from those failures. Right? I think I did a little bit better there. It's just like it's always 1% improvement. I know Hamza hates that shit, or like he's pretty fickle about the way he perceives things, but he doesn't really. Hamza's another self-improvement YouTuber. He doesn't really seem to appreciate the James Clear method of what's it called, 1% improvement, right? But I think it's a good mindset to have, especially if you want to temper your expectations. Yeah, you want to temper your expectations in the sense that people use very small numbers when it comes to self-improvement or getting better or progress or anything, because it's to teach the masses patience, right? It's to literally teach the fucking people who have zero patience that you must train yourself to simply expect nothing while putting in everything, right? The only thing I expect is difficulty. That's all I expect, is just that things are going to be difficult and that things will be an immense struggle, just like it was right there. And that I won't have any rewards for years, right? I love this Hormozy quote, right? It's this one where you're gonna start something. I forget I'm gonna paraphrase, but it's essentially you're working on a business, or you're starting a skill, or you're learning, or you're just progressing towards something, and people will say that it's not gonna work, you're not gonna make it, right, etc. Or like what's the point, or they'll just be very skeptical, and 3 months in, you still won't have much to show for your efforts, and they're still gonna be right, and 9 months in, they're still gonna be right, and then 2 years in, they're still gonna be right. But they're thinking in days and you're thinking in decades, right? Why do you think, for those of you who listen, watch my content, or are new right now, why do you think I keep saying 5-10 years, or an X amount of fucking, like, a minimum half a decade? Because it's not to push away the things that I've done, or to like a later date. It's to temper myself and to be like, that time is very far away. Nobody can truly account for what happens during the, even 1 year, let alone fucking 5 or 10 years, right? But if I think purely in terms of skill acquisition and skill improvement and the compound effect, then I know for a fact what I'm saying is 10 years from now, I will achieve great things. Just like I never imagined I'd be at this level 3 years in, or 2 years and almost 10 months now, whatever, right? I never imagined that. I thought this would be like a fucking 5-year thing, but I kept challenging myself, and lo and behold, the compound effect told me to shut the fuck up and look at what we can accomplish now, right? Plus, I continue to challenge myself. I never even thought of challenging myself in this way, where it'd be to draw complex shapes and then rotate them. I literally never even thought about that. But it's... Oh yeah, I should probably turn these into boxes. But here I am now, right? So And I never thought that just going to Fan Expo and showing artists my art would result in somebody saying they want to work with me, they'll contact me in a few months, right? I literally never even imagined that'd be a thing, because it's the mindset. I went in being like, I just want to learn from any artist that I come up to who I think whose work is really inspiring, or the type of work I would like to make one day, right? And I got some great advice. And again, many people were saying you're on the right path. They're like, you're doing exactly what beginners don't do. So if you're not going to trust my word, like I would say, trust the words of the people much smarter and much more capable than you, because they were just like you at one point. Fucking waste. Right? So if they're saying that what I'm doing right now is fucking perfect for learning, and it's not that surprising that practicing the fucking basics is perfect for learning. It's not that fucking surprising. You probably just neglect the shit out of it, you know? And why? Because you're scared of failure, you're scared of discomfort, you're scared of frustration, right? All those things. The only thing I fear is complacency. Oh, I'm so fucking badass. Anyways, okay, let's try another shape. And again, we'll keep starting with diagonals, because we need to reinforce to our brain that diagonals exist, and we need to see in our brain that diagonals exist, and then we need to just commit that the diagonal exists, much like that, right? Is it perfect? No, but you can't be perfect. You can only be me. I believe that's a Team 4-star quote, right? You're either perfect or you're not me. So I see that was a mess up. That was a huge mess up. Yeah, Team 4-star is fucking amazing. But again, it's because I wasn't thinking as much. And when you don't think as much, you make mistakes, and then you learn from those mistakes, and then you recalibrate, you try to think a bit more, and sometimes it'll work and sometimes it won't. Right? Let's see. See, I fucked up the perspective there, and again, sometimes it'll work and sometimes it won't. Right? Now I have an opportunity to fix the perspective at the cost of making the shape itself look wrong, but we're just going to say that it's a drastic convergence. Right? And again, those lines were very poor. These lines are very, very poor. But do I feel bad? No, I feel fucking amazing, because that means if I can create poor lines, down the line, no pun intended, I can create really nice lines, right? Your current ability is just that, a reflection of your current ability. So all that matters is to stop reflecting and to start doing. There you go, something like this. Right. So yeah, shape doesn't really make much sense, to be honest. And obviously, the roundings are really incorrect. You can say that, but oh god, I gotta fucking burp again. Certainty. Yeah, point to be made. Just edit out your burps unless you're me. People are used to it by now. Yeah, I mean, either you're used to it or you're disgusted, so it's a win-win for me either way. See, those lines are also really bad. Again, I just have to, because they were bad, I gotta recalibrate, think about the box a bit more. Still try to think about proprioception. What is proprioception? Your awareness of yourself in space, and in the space that you operate in. In the context of proprioception regarding line quality, awareness of my grip, the way I'm moving the pen, the pressure I apply, right? So yeah, just being aware of what you're doing while you're doing it. The shape is really retarded, I know, and it's actually like I already fucked up the perspective a little here. The diagonal itself, clearly we know now I struggle with diagonals, or starting with diagonals, so we got to keep honing in on that. Again, meta skills, sub skills within the main skills, right? Just gotta keep going. Just gotta keep going, keep practicing. The shape is not that bad. So yeah, constantly trying to figure out the complexity, trying to make it make sense, while at the same time memorizing it in one go. Just gotta keep doing that, right? Have I gone backwards, forwards? Do I feel like I'm challenging myself? Maybe I'm not challenging myself too much with this one, but again, I've said that for every single one of them, and every single one of them I've made some mistakes. So let me just look at this, right? Look at it, really pay attention. It's actually really difficult when you only get one chance. When I used to get 3 chances, it was a lot easier. And again, when I used to get 3 chances, I was doing it from observation, like looking at it and then drawing it, right? Right now, I don't have that liberty whatsoever. So that's really good. That's really, really good. Okay, again, I only need to focus on this actually, because then the rest is simple. Okay, like in the sense that it's just mirrored, right? Okay, so let's make. Oof. Okay, one. You only get one shot, one opportunity, right? So okay, I think that's a bit better. Something like this. Oh, see, those lines are poor. Still gotta keep the. Okay, and it's obviously I misattributed it. Oh wait, is it the other way? Is this upside down? Fuck. I think I fucked it up. So if I did make it upside down by accident, then that's actually not bad, because we can do something like this. So, like that. And then what is it? Is it this way? Yeah, I think. And then it's something like that, right? I didn't even realize I made it upside down. It's a complete mistake. At least I believe I made it upside down. And then we just have to connect, right? Was there 2 or 3? I think there was 3. Yeah, I believe there was 3 intersections, cutouts, right? And then we can do something like this, I believe. Again, line quality is very poor, but I just feel good. I'm just happy that I even got the opportunity to practice today. Sometimes you don't even get that, so yeah, celebrate small wins. Or is it the other way around? I don't know, but let's just. Shit. There you go. Fuck. Oh, it's like this, yeah. Something like that? Yeah, well, I fucked that up, but that's good. That's good. See, you have to keep catching yourself. I can say things like, I fucked it up. You have to follow up with, that's good. Let's see. Okay, so that was a wrong shape. It was, it came out and then it was diagonal coming in, not diagonal coming out. Okay, so that was the wrong shape. This was one more, so I was right the first time in my initial thought that it was 2, not 3 cuts. And I caught myself that it was back upside down, or like that way I did it backwards, right? So nice, got good shit. Why do I keep crumpling this? I'm a fucking goddamn it. Why do I keep crumpling it? It's working. Oh. Okay, cool. Okay, I'm gonna rest my brain. Please do so as well, and then we shall continue onwards from there. Oh Jesus Christ, fucking throat. Yeah, I don't think these shapes are complex enough, so what I need to do is create shapes that are so fucking, not so, but very much so outside of my comfort zone that I make extreme mistakes, and I continue to do so until my brain learns to remember. Because again, really all I'm doing right now is just memory training, right? That's really all I'm doing. The point of this is just to memorize complex shapes, because that will 100% transfer over to memorizing complex shapes in real life, or memorizing references, right? It's all part of it. So that's what this trains. That's what I believe is going to be beneficial to train me to do. See, that line was really poor. And again, that's the beauty of the brush pen, and the fact that because someone like Peter Han, Kim Jong-il, like many artists who've used the brush pen have created, because the thing is, I can create very fine lines if my finger's closer, right? To the point where I'll have to, but the thing is, Kim Jong-il creates lines like that with his finger even like at the halfway point, right? Like this. But he creates that at every angle. And that's such an admirable goal for me, right? Like that is, for me, what I would want to be able to do, continuous lines, right? And then as I build, be able to use it from different angles, from the shoulder as a pivot, from the elbow as a pivot, right? Is that the primary goal? No, because I'm going to be drawing a comic, so really I don't need to, I don't believe, draw from the shoulder much, but we'll see. There's a lot of conflicting information and opinions, and people who are like, we're most likely going to get upset at me for only drawing from the finger, but again, I don't get any issues. Yeah, it's fine. I don't know what the fuck I'm trying to say. it's right now I'm a copycat. I'm an imitator, right? I'm an imitator who's trying their best to understand what they're imitating and why they're imitating it and the logic behind that, and to sort of understand if the rationale has merit, right? And currently it does, because currently I'm just focused on draftsmanship, right? So currently I don't have to think about the nuance too deeply, but in time, perhaps things will change. See, that was a poor line, and I feel amazing because of that. Right? You just have to keep reinforcing the positivity of failing, because failing is learning. I can say that a million times, right? Failing is learning. All right. Okay. I also do like retarded head spasms when I burp like that, so you can enjoy that visual for yourself. Although nobody knows what I look like. Actually, people on the Broken Draw Discord 100% do. But nobody seems to give a shit about me, which is good. They won't give a shit until they do, right? I don't care, because this guy is like a decent artist and he just posts a lot of boring, quote unquote, boring fundamental stuff, which is kind of impressive, but not really. And then bam, 5 years later, like, yo, what the fuck? You're so good. How'd you do it? I'm like, hey, retard, remember when I posted all that shit that didn't really seem to mean much to you? Well, here's 500 videos on my channel showing why that means more than anything in the world when it comes to learning this skill, right? Just die on that hill, because it is the right hill to die on. But let's see. that, and then see, that was a very poor line. This is probably what James Reyes meant. I just don't think too much, go off of intuition. Right. And then what can we do from here? We can do something like this. Right? We can have that carry over right around there. But this time it's going to diagonalize because that's a word. I'm going to do this. Before I do that, wait. I should be over there. So then I can just do this. Yeah, see? There you go. Time to diagonalize. And this is all very new to me, so who knows if I'm doing this correctly or not, right? But, oh. Let me actually do this. There you go. And we can do something like that. Okay, so perspective is very off there. Very, very, very off. But that's fine. I'm just trying to make things. Actually, this is probably off too, to be honest. That's good. Even creating complex shapes creates difficulty, or is difficult, which I'm happy for. Right? We can even do just to like highlight it even more. Right? And then what can I do here? We can do this. Just have to keep it in perspective. Yeah, there you go. That's the diagonal I should have done. See, like this is all about keeping it in a box. Right? The age-old boxes are boring. I keep seeing shit from fucking beginner artists or people, because YouTube is recommending a lot of nice little smaller channels, right? Hopefully they show me equally as much. But I keep seeing, because I'm really like, I only care about shit involving form, fundamentals, and everything surrounding that, right? So yeah, I see actually a good amount of stuff of people making content about that. But what I hate, what I absolutely fucking abhor, is that people keep calling these fundamentals boring. And it's like, bro, they are not boring. You're fucking boring, okay? Stop telling beginner artists that they have to practice something boring, because it's going to keep reframing something that's clearly can be very, very interesting, right? Depending on your application, to be boring, you know? That's why I love that Antonio doesn't say that from artwod. Antonio artwod, link in description, fucking like way too late of a shill. But I love that Antonio specifically always says have fun when he says for drawing, right? Because it's not fucking boring, it's fun to challenge yourself, right? And if you don't think it's fun to challenge yourself, then fuck off. The skill learning, not just art, but skill learning is not for you, right? Unless if you don't think it's fun to challenge yourself. It's a mindset thing. You have to learn to enjoy the difficult parts of learning. Otherwise, you're just always gonna stay miserable. To be honest, you're just gonna stay miserable because you don't like challenging yourself. You don't like when things get difficult, and you're just a piece of shit. I said it. You're a fucking piece of shit. Well, I don't think you're a piece of shit. I think you're a scumbag, but still. No, that's a complex ass shape. There you go. With an incorrect perspective issue as well, with multiple, but the point I'm getting it across for myself at least. But yeah, skill learning is fun. Challenging yourself is fun. That's what you need to keep telling yourself. This being as difficult as it is fun. Okay? That is how we learn, you know? Basics are so important and they're fun. Basics can be really fun, right? Again, that the Poco video from artwod, right? 6 steps to draw anything. He specifically ends the quote with someone who told him this: is if you can't make simple shapes look interesting, why bother drawing anything more complex? These are all simple shapes. I am pushing myself to make them look interesting. Angles, cutouts, fucking divots, what else? Additions, subtractions, right? Combinations of these cutouts being added and subtracted, interlocked with each other, right? Like all that shit. These are just simple shapes. Of course, getting to this point takes a lot of work, but even with just boxes and cylinders, I have fucking shorts now to show that how that can look pretty interesting, depending if you stack them or fucking put them in clusters or put them next to each other. Like these things can be very, very, very interesting. Just get your head out of your ass. Put your fucking ego to the side. Okay. Oof. Let's memorize this shape. This might be the last, what is it? 10 minutes? Yeah. And then I'll just do a bunch of these rounded boxes to again keep reminding myself to keep practicing the basics, right? Even the basics of this. But let's see. Okay, gotta analyze this. Let me get my sticky note out. You know, this is not gonna last me months. With the rate at which I'm just fucking crumpling these up by accident, throwing them out. Okay, put my sticky notes to the side. Let's memorize this. To be honest, I actually created a pretty good connection because this can determine a lot, right? Just this being connected to that determines a lot. So now it's just up to me to understand what they're being connected to, right? Okay, so it's got this type of cutout shape here. It's only one. It's basically a fucking diamond shape, right? It's diagonal. And then it connects to this. You have to understand the planes. That's the main thing. You have to understand the planes. Okay. Okay, let's try it out. There's no symmetry here that I can base myself off of. These are actually probably the direction I'm going to be going in. Not probably. This is definitely the direction I'm going to be going in when it comes to creating something more complex. And again, you only get one shot, right? So let's take our time. Or at least find that balance between taking time and applying. Right? So I have to keep thinking about that shape as well while I do it in perspective. Of course. So let's bring it down here. There you go. It's attached. Again, already that's an incorrect rounding, right? Now, where can we go from there? Okay, so now we get something like, because if that's the perspective, something like that. It's not perfect, but I'm obviously doing it from a very difficult angle. He copes so hard. Can one man cope even harder? The answer is yes. Just give me time and I'll come up with more excuses. Pretty sure that's the shape. I fucked it up there. That's the shape. Okay, this is too thick. I should have made this thinner. I mean, the proportion's already pretty off, I'm pretty sure, but... And then, if that's the perspective that we've established, right? That's the box. It's always about the box. So it's like here, and then it'll go down probably. Oh wait, wait. If it is, hold up. I think there's something else to this. Yeah. Okay. It's because it should be something like that, right? Something like that. Right? It's too thick. But we have to think about what it's connected to. And then I believe, hold up. I can do this. This is just like, actually the most difficult part about this right now, apart from memorizing the shapes, is the perspective of what I've established. So I know it's resting on something, and then we can do, I believe that's the shape it's resting on, right? It's important to kind of get that established. I don't think this is going to be centered like I wanted it to be. What happens after? What is the shape? I started with something like this, and then I went down. So something like that, maybe. Did it have cutouts? I don't know. I know there was a thing in there, it was attached. Well, yeah, there was a cutout there. Let's see. Ah, okay, so this had a cutout, so that's what this was. I forgot that this had a cutout. Right? It's not bad, actually. I mean, this was too thick. We acknowledged that already. This could have been a bit bigger. Okay, that's correct. This is attached correctly. This is also... Ah, no, this is supposed to be like this. It comes down and then it goes out like that. Okay, I'm gonna stop murmuring. Oh, when it comes down and then it goes out like that. There you go, is that better? Is that better? So I only forgot a couple things. This should have actually... We shouldn't have been able to see the side because this is covering it. So obviously this should have been a bit further out. This piece in general. But that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Right? And now it's been 58 minutes. Okay, cool. I'm gonna rest my brain and then we're just gonna practice, just do some general rounding of shapes, right? To again keep focusing on our lines and to focus on the quality of what we can do, right? So BRB, please join me. Bars. Anyways. Yeah, I was watching this, SuperAni. If you know SuperAni, well, either you do or you don't. But it's the company that Kim Jong Il and I feel really bad, but I don't remember the actual guy who started it with because I think the story was he saw Kim Jong Il's art and he's like, "Yo, this guy is special. Like he has achieved a level of skill which the world has not had publicized to a degree that I know I can do if I join him." I believe that's the general story, right? If we team up, so Kim Jong Il and it's not Dong Ho Kim, it's I apologize. It's the dude with the fucking the older man with the gray hair, long gray hair, and kind of like the seafood type beard, right? Wise teacher beard. But they started together, and well, that's SuperAni. I don't know why I'm fucking talking about the history, but the point is, I was watching a fucking video. It's called Kim Jong Il and recalling, like Kim Jong Il and memory drawing, recalling 30 to 60%, and then like the title is a bit something more than that. But yeah, that's the title. It's basically Kim Jong Il and drawing from memory, recalling 30 to 60%, and he basically says like you have to observe, and then when you draw from memory, you really will only be able to remember about 30 to 60%. But as you keep doing it, you'll remember more and more and more. And then he drew like an engine, right? He's like, you see, I also have like been around engines and observed them, and I kept drawing them. And the thing is, like, I would think about drawing them from different angles over and over and all that stuff, right? That's what I'm trying to do. Like, it's just to observe what something has been created, right? Because something like this could relatively exist in real life, and then to draw it from memory. Obviously, I'm doing like a one and done thing just to force my brain to really get good at memorizing, right? And it's getting pretty decent, I'm not gonna lie. But also, in real life, like when I draw from reference, obviously things I really want to draw, I'm gonna draw over and over. But I think memory drawing is the key, guys. I genuinely think memory drawing is the fucking key, right? And none of what I'm saying is profound. None of what I'm saying is like, wow, holy shit, you have chanced, eureka, you've chanced upon something like some fucking the golden goose or all that shit. No, this is just something many artists have done. Kim Jong Il did it to a level that is just fucking insane, right? And many, I'm sure, have done that to a degree as well, right? And he's just sort of bringing it to light as to the methods he used. For him, that's just what he did. And it makes sense. You observe very intently, and then you draw very intently, and then you fail very intently, and then rinse and repeat. Right? And people always attribute him to talent, but bro, he literally drew for 8 to 12 hours a day, and it wasn't as if he was doing this, right? My quote-unquote hope and little cheat that I'm doing is that by only practicing the fundamentals and only the fundamentals, and now adding memory drawing and all that stuff, I'm just gonna continually make my progress exponential and compound exponentially in the long term, right? Kim Jong-il he didn't understand perspective. He was thinking in 3D, but he didn't realize he was thinking in terms of the grid and perspective lines and all that stuff, right? For him, it was just try to translate what he saw, and he came up with his own understanding of the 3D world, right? But even then, he said it took him 27 years to be able to draw any form that he wanted and to be able to manipulate it, right, in any angle, and then to recreate it from memory in any angle. 27 years, okay? My only benefit is the fact that I know how to induce plasticity, and so can you, but I know how to induce plasticity equivalent to that of the adolescent or child or young adult state via neuroscience, right? That's why I always talk about focusing on the effort, enjoying the errors that you make, right? And that by only focusing on the fundamentals, I can match that 27-year timeline, because I can't match the amount of hours that he drew. All right, I simply can't, and I have other things in my life that I want to focus on as well. Art is the primary focus in terms of purely passion and skill, but even then, unfortunately, Kim Jong-il did not focus on his health as well. That's why he had symptoms of heart attacks. That's why, like, the thing is, these things come at a cost, right? So we have to balance efficiency versus volume as well. At least that's my belief, right? You don't have to take it to heart, but you should write it down and never forget it. See, that was a mistake. That rounding was not that clean. Something like that. Yeah, we can create little divots. Are these divots? I think I'm using that word incorrectly. What the fuck is a divot anyways? I feel as if I said so much I don't know what it means anymore. The word has lost all meaning. But yeah, that's my plan. That's why I only practice fundamentals, because it's my little cheat code to nobody else must be practicing it as much as me, which could very well be false, by the way. I want to state that it's highly unlikely that I'm the only one doing this much work on the fundamentals. And it's highly likely that there are people doing exactly what I'm doing, but for twice the amount of time at minimum, right? So we have to keep that in mind as well. Plus, it's also highly likely that they're Asian and they're younger than me. So they have that top tier Asian art education, which is very, very drill heavy, right? But also incredible for building extremely proficient draftsmen, right? I shouldn't say but, and extremely proficient in building very good draftsmen, right? Like drill heavy. The drills are good. I don't know why people don't do the fucking fundamental work. If with anything, imagine if somebody just came to you, that's why I shill artwod so much. Artwod just hands you the fucking formula on a silver platter, and your job is just to do the work. Yet people want to bitch and moan. Like even on the fucking this little artwod challenge that I'm on, right? People constantly talking about how difficult it is to do the grind node and like, oh my god, 20 repetitions? I could never 20 repetitions. Fucking that's them baby feeding you. Antonio said when he first did artwod and when he did these challenges, like it wasn't even artwod, but I believe it was deviant art or some shit like. But he said it in a podcast. But he's like, they used to be much harder, right? I get it. As a business, he wants to grow, so he also does have to focus on beginners. But I think, and he doesn't want to make them too scared with the grind, right? And I get it. So like artwod, he's basically with artwod, what he's doing is he's giving the fucking beginners their little feel good. Oh, I'm a pussy and I can only draw like a little bit, right? And I'm specifically talking about those who want to get good, like proper good, but they don't want to dedicate the time. Not those who don't have time, not those who are just doing it as a very casual hobby. For me, this is a serious hobby, right? But I get it. He's giving them this little bite-sized thing and be like, oh, do cute little 20 repetitions. But he knows, and I'm sure he's very well aware, those who become proficient are those who do 10 times what he asks. In essence, Antonio, please notice me. Right? But yeah, let's just keep practicing some multiple rounding shapes, because that will help me in the long term. See, and again, like these shapes are very difficult to keep in mind. It's all the plane. Like you have to think about the plane as well, right? Let's do this. See, that type of shape exists in real life. Why shouldn't it? See, now I have to think about the grid. Okay. That's more accurate. There you go. See? But yeah, if you just don't lie to yourself and learn how to enjoy doing things. That's the main thing. Right? And the answer to all of that is get the fuck off your phone. The answer to literally 99% of that is stop overstimulating yourself. Because we live in a world where it's easy to do nothing. It's incredibly easy to just be a fucking loser. Do you want to be that person? Do you want to be that person where it's incredibly easy to just do nothing with your fucking life? Right? If the answer is yes, then get the fuck off this channel. Simple as that, right? I don't want that sort of mindset to be permeating. And again, I'm not like a hustle. I'm a productive. Like it's all about being productive, right? Productivity is going for a fucking walk and enjoying nature. Enjoying nature. Productivity is spending time with your family. Productivity is being present in the moment, fucking meditating, doing breath work, right? And yeah, sure, you can wind down every now and then. I was watching 3 episodes of this anime yesterday, or like 6 episodes. It's so addicting. It's such a good anime. It's called I'm very surprised because I've been very unentertained by many things for the past, because I've been just focused on everything I want to do. But I do like having a nice slice of life, and I've seen all the good comedy slice of lives, not the cringe ones, okay? Because there's cringe anime comedy and there's good anime comedy. Good anime comedy for me is like Konosuba, Grand Blue. Even though Grand Blue anime is fucking garbage compared to the manga, but yeah, good anime comedy is like Gintama, right? What's it called? Defrag was pretty funny from what I remember, right? Fucking what else? Kaguya-sama, like what is that other one? I can't believe I forgot it. It's that one where it's like a competition in their school, right? But that one was really funny too. I love that fucking anime. But the point is, I don't like cringe. Or Psyche K, obviously Psyche K. But yeah, I don't like cringe. Oh my god, my boobs in your face, like the fucking retarded shit, right? And if they do those tropes, I like where they're meta about it. But yeah, this anime is called Romantic Killer, and the voice acting, the animation is so fun. It's such a fun show. It's such a fuck. How long has it been? Oh, it's been an hour and 10 minutes. Okay, let's just draw some more planes or more shapes. But yeah, the point is, obviously, you're allowed. I think you should be allowed to give yourself a reprieve every now and then. But I really resonate with what Alex Hormozy says again, where he's like, hard work is the goal. And the thing is, everything I'm saying doesn't have to be your life, right? People who usually give you shit are just those who disagree with the way you live, you know? And it's like, yes, again, this is all just me parroting him, but I resonate with this because I've had that, right? It's like, yes, you would not prefer to live my life just the way I would not prefer to live your life. And that's literally fine, right? There's nothing wrong with that. You know, we don't have to critique each other so heavily. It's like that guy who said you draw your line super slow, right? Still hasn't affected me. That comment, I've forgotten about it. It's been years. But it's like you draw your line super slowly. It doesn't make sense. Don't use such an advanced tool when you're a beginner. And I'm just like, you just don't want to live your life and do the practice that I do. And that's okay. I disagree with it, and that's fine too. Because I do want to challenge myself. But yeah, when he said something like hard work is the goal, and that really resonated with me because I do just want hard work to be the goal. Not fucking killing myself, but genuinely putting my all into things that have a tangible effect in the real world, right? After I finish this anime, I'm not probably going to be watching an anime for a while, right? Then I'll just be back to doing more things that are fulfilling for me in my schedule, in my life, right? Because hard work is the goal. For me especially, I spent years of my life just being a fucking loser. So, you know, jacking off, just playing video games all the time, addicted to porn, all that shit. So, for me, I don't have the liberty. I'm not in catch-up mode per se, but to myself, for the person, the man I can become, I'm in catch-up mode, right? I'm not in a rush because obviously I keep saying I think in decades, but I don't want to revert to that person either. It's very easy. It's very easy. And don't get me wrong, I love myself and I'm very happy and I've done a lot of good self-work and everything. I don't know why the fuck I'm opening up to my YouTube audience, but here I am, I guess. But again, it's just an audience of 5, so it's either they're gonna be like, oh, this is nice, or they're gonna be like, who gives a shit? Let me just tab out. This guy's basically just talking random shit right now. But yeah, I don't know. It's been a fucking amazing couple of years, even with the joblessness right now. I'm just, I guess, I in moments like these, I'm extremely grateful and happy that I can just learn the things that I want, and the fact that I have the ability to learn. You know, just like you, I thought learning was one and done. You either get it or you don't. But we know that's fucking horseshit now. That's not how the brain works. And it's never been how the brain worked. But it's been a little psyop by the education system to convince us that's how the brain works, right? So that's my little fucking conspiracy theory. But it makes sense. How many times have we heard in our lives the word talent, the word that, oh, people saying like, oh, she just gets it, right? They're just so naturally blank. And you'd be hard-pressed to actually find people who are naturally blank. Except people who say Kim Jong-il was fucking talented. No, he was. I think hard work is the talent, right? And I think the word talent is really just consistency over time with intent, right? And yeah, I know the actual definition is going to be an affinity, a natural predisposition to be able to do something without effort. I understand that part. But how I want to frame it is just, you just keep moving forward. Hashtag Attack on Titan, hashtag Meet the Robinsons. Very odd crossover. But yeah, okay, anyways, I think I'm done. This was good. This was great, actually. I fucking love this. And I really, 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 really hope that you enjoyed your drawing session as well, because you pushed yourself and it was fun. It was fun because you pushed yourself. Remember, all that matters is you make a lot of mistakes, even if you're not trying to, you really grind your brain and you lean into the frustration of making a lot of mistakes, but not really tell yourself you're frustrated. I guess the word is you lean into the discomfort of making a lot of mistakes. You reaffirm to yourself, and objectively, scientifically, you can lie to yourself saying this is good, I feel good, and your body, dopamine, will produce the necessary chemicals, neurotransmitters, whatever fucking large science words, right? I don't know the science behind it. I'm not a scientist. I'm a bro scientist. But just check out the Essentials podcast on learning, skill learning, failure, movement, something like that, from Huberman, if you want to understand what I'm saying. But focus on the errors, make lots of mistakes, focus on the effort, and derive enjoyment from all of those things. And you're just set. You're just okay. I'm just gonna quickly record phone out of storage. Blah blah blah. As always, fuck you for watching. Keep drawing. Please give me money. Thank you. Bye.